Question for ladies. If you ran into your 18-year-old self and you could only say 3 words only, what would you say?
If you go back to this video, you will see that there's an overwhelming amount of comments that say, don't get married. And not everybody elaborates on why, but we can make a lot of assumptions based on what we know to be true about marriage. We know that women do the bulk of the domestic labor. They're doing the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry. They're scheduling appointments for home repairs. They are the person scheduling the doctor's appointments, buying gifts for their in-laws. They are doing the bulk of the domestic labor. And these women are now in the workforce. 50% of the workforce is women. Most homes are dual income homes. And these women are making as much, if not more, than their male counterparts oftentimes, and still doing the bulk of the domestic labor. And if you add children to the mix here, women tend to become the default parent very quickly. They're the person doing all of the overnight feedings with their kids. They're the person arranging childcare. They are thinking about their school forms. They're filling out their paperwork. They're filling their lunch boxes. They know what their favorite snacks are. They are the person who is the default for everything that comes to their kids, and they become the default when it comes to caretaking, the actual time it takes to care for a child. So not only are they working full-time, but they're working full-time doing the domestic labor and doing all of the caretaking. And then when they have the audacity to ask their partner to show up in a more equitable way, a lot of men will say no. They are not willing or able to do that. They don't want to be that active of a parent. They wanted their job to be of a provider. And so when these women ask for more and they don't get it, they choose to opt out. Over 70% of divorces are initiated by women. More and more women are choosing not to get married. And I say this as a woman who is happily married right now. Marriage can be very difficult if you fall into these norms, if you fall into these patterns of the woman doing the bulk of the domestic labor and the caretaking while also working full time, because it's just unsustainable. And it does not have to be like that. You can put the work in, and if you have a willing and able partner, it does not have to look like that. But if I had gone into marriage at 26 years old knowing that we were going to fall into these patterns, I don't know if I would have raised my hand to do it. I would have wanted to do the work then. I would have wanted to make the changes then. I would have wanted to lay out the proper path for us to be successful, because without it, it's not much fun. It is not much fun to feel like, as a woman, that you are the person who is in charge of everybody's happiness and well-being at all times, and that there's nobody thinking of you. And that is why I can assume most of these women are saying, don't get married.